You ever have one of those mornings where you're just trying to eat your breakfast and the universe seems dead set on putting you on stage? Yeah, that was me, Clarence Duper, just minding my own business. Same booth as always at this little no-frills diner on Vineville Avenue. You know, the kind of spot where the air always smells like burnt toast. The mugs are all chipped, but nobody cares because the coffee's hot and the gossip's hotter. It's not fancy, but it's family. Even if you're not blood, you belong if you show up enough and mind your manners. I'm there early, as usual. Army jacket, old but clean, scruffy beard trimmed close, boots laced tight. Carla, the waitress who runs the place with a smile that's sharper than her sarcasm, slides by. "Morning, mister." "DRI," she calls, tossing a grin my way before hustling off to break up a squabble between a couple of regulars arguing about the Braves. That's life here, routine, familiar, safe. Or so I thought. So I'm sitting there, halfway through my coffee, watching the street wake up. I spot the two cops before anybody else does. Not because they're doing anything special, but because guys like me, we just learn to notice uniforms. One's tall, built like he used to play linebacker before life slowed him down. Officer Langley. The other, Officer Reese, is stockier, clipboard in hand, looking around like he's trying to catch someone in a lie before they even open their mouth. They walk in, all business, and I already know this isn't going to be about breakfast. Langley heads straight for me, barely glancing at Carla or the other folks. "Sir, you a customer here?" he says, like I'm sitting in his living room without an invite. I just nod. "I am." "You buy anything?" Reese chimes in. Carla jumps in to help, but they brush her off. All cold protocol, no common sense. I hand them my VA card. Langley just laughs. "This all you got?" "It's all I need," I tell him. Reese finds that funny. Nobody else does. Everything gets real, quiet then, that kind of pressure you feel when you know the next 5 minutes could decide the whole day. Reese has got his arms folded. Langley's shifting his weight, trying to look casual, but his eyes are already halfway to trouble. "How long you planning on staying?" Langley asks, like I'm the last guest at a party he wants to end. "Long enough to eat my breakfast," I say, calm. Carla brings my plate, sets it down with more force than she means. "He's a regular," she insists. "He pays. Always." They keep pushing. "You homeless?" Reese says, real flat. "I don't have a house," I say, "but I got a home in this town." Langley smirks, like he caught me in a word game. "Smart answers, huh?" He starts talking louder, making sure everybody can hear. This is the problem. People just hanging around, taking advantage. The couple next to me stares at their plates. Nobody wants trouble, least of all me. I tell them about Iraq, about coming home, about working security until my knees gave out. I get by. I don't steal. I pay for my food. "So why are you talking to me like I broke into somebody's house?" Langley just shrugs. "Just doing our job." Carla, bless her, she isn't having it. "Check the register." I rang him up. But these guys aren't listening to anyone except their own authority. They start taking down my info. Reese steps outside to check on his tablet. Harold, the owner, finally steps out from the back, hands still wet from the dishes. "You got a reason to be here, or are we just harassing veterans now?" Langley says they're responding to a complaint with Say who called, probably because nobody did. I finish my toast, pull out my old flip phone. Yeah, those still exist, and make a call. One button, speed dial, that's it. "It's happening again," I say when someone picks up. Suddenly, the temperature in that room drops. Langley bristles. "Who'd you just call?" I don't answer, just close the phone and set it down. "You said you're doing your job now. I'm doing mine." Langley decides he's had enough, tells me to stand and come outside. That's when Harold draws a line. He's not going anywhere unless you're arresting him. Reese comes back. Me story checks out. Veteran, Bronze Star, 2 tours. Langley just sneers, so he's a drifter. Doesn't belong sitting here all day. Carla loses it. You let people sit for hours on one coffee, but go after the one man who actually earned that right. Langley tries to cuff me. I stand calm, tall, not aggressive, just done with this nonsense. And right when it looks like I'm about to spend my morning in the back of a squad car, the front door flies open. A man in a navy suit, no badge on display, but enough authority in his walk to freeze the whole room. He flashes his ID. Assistant Director Mark Sorrell, Department of Justice. "Officers, badge numbers." Now, The energy flips like a switch. We heard everything. This man is a veteran, not a suspect. Langley tries to stand his ground to us and get far. Sorrell's not asking. He's telling. I'm your investigation. The two cops shuffle out, red-faced and small. Everybody saw it. More importantly, everybody heard it. Sorrell leans in, voice low. You all right? Didn't want to call you, I say. I know, he replies. But you did the right thing. Carla and Harold are still trying to process what just happened. I tell them Sorrell's just an old friend sort of. He apologizes for the mess, promises there'll be follow-up. They'll be suspended at the very least, he says, pulling out his phone. The body cam footage will be flagged and reviewed. You'll get a call from Internal Affairs. I shrug. Let them see it. Maybe next time, they'll think twice. What I didn't know nobody in that room did was that by noon, I wasn't just Clarence Dupree, regular Henry's Diner. I was trending. Somebody posted the body cam on TikTok. Teenagers, old folks, college kids, everybody saw it. Within hours, my face, my name, that butt hits all over the news. Carla comes over, phone in hand, eyes wide. You're all over. There's articles popping up. A reporter from Savannah wants an interview. Harold grumbles, you didn't do anything wrong. I sip my coffee. Then they better bring their own cup. I'm not pouring it. That afternoon, a teenager comes in, phone glued to her hand. You're the guy from the video, right? She's not scared, just excited. You're a hero. I shake my head. Not a hero. Just tired. But she's right about one thing, not invisible anymore. That night, the internet does what it does best. It digs. Old photos from a rock surface, stories I'd never told get pieced together by people I've never met. By Thursday, the Mon Police Department has to put out a statement. Full investigation into the incident involving Mr. Clarence Dupree. Nobody's satisfied. People want action. Names. Accountability. Officer Reese deletes his social. Langley tries to go private, but screenshots never die. Folks start lining up outside the police department with signs. I am Clarence Dupree. Quiet. No shouting. Just presence. Harold gets interviewed. Carla too. People want to sit in my booth, take selfies. It's all a little surreal. You're a mirror, Carla says. People don't like what they see looking back. She's right. I'm still at the shelter, still folding my jacket under my head at night, but something's different now. One evening, two men in suits show up at the shelter. Hand me an envelope. Letter from the Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Expedited Housing, Counseling, the works. I didn't ask for this, I say. You earned it that night, the guy replies. By Friday, those two cops are suspended. The mayor gives a press conference. The chief stumbles through an apology, but it doesn't matter. Public pressure does what bureaucracy never could. Resigns. Langley's days are numbered. Sunday, I walk into the diner, same jacket, same walk, but now I feel every eye on me. I clear my throat. I got something to say. I tell the room. I'm not a hero. I didn't come here for glory. I came for coffee. Some folks treated me like a person. Some didn't. Maybe now, people are paying attention, but attention isn't the same as understanding. I wore this jacket in the desert. I didn't ask for praise. Just a seat. Didn't demand a parade. Just a plate. And still, I had to prove I belonged. There are thousands like me, some homeless, some working, some just tired of being invisible. Being poor isn't a crime. Being tired isn't a weakness. And asking to be treated like a human being shouldn't be met with suspicion. We all carry stories nobody sees. So next time you see someone who looks like they don't belong, maybe they do. Maybe they belong more than you know. Nobody claps. They just listen. Sometimes that's enough. I move into a new place. I start speaking at schools. Not because I want attention, but because kids should hear it before they grow up and forget. Respect isn't something you give out of pity, it's something you owe. So let me ask, where do you stand? When you see someone getting pushed down, do you speak up or just watch? Share your thoughts. This isn't just my story. It's ours. Justice only works when we work for it together.